All right, it's 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock on the dot Pacific time. So we will go ahead and get started with today's webinar. Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's financial training ground pop-up on how to reduce your spending. I'm Amy, and I'm joined by Jen, and we're a part of the community engagement team here at Horizon Credit Union. Today's content is brought to you by GreenPath Financial Wellness, a Horizon Credit Union partner. Just some quick housekeeping notes before we get started. Everyone has been muted upon entry, and we are recording today's webinar. Please feel free to use the chat option to participate and to ask any questions that may come up. GreenPath provides a variety of different services, including one-on-one financial assessments, housing counseling, bankruptcy counseling, and a debt management program. Before we dive into the presentation, let's watch a fun short video about saving with new skills to help introduce the concepts that we'll be going through today.
Okay, focus, discipline, hiya!
What's the matter, Jen? You seem distracted today.
Well, I just haven't been reaching my savings goals lately, and it's kind of stressing me out.
Ah, I see. Have you ever thought about saving money by leveling up your skills?
See, this is what I mean. Now I have to go buy a new pair of gloves. That's a good chunk of my monthly savings gone.
Not necessarily, if you can get crafty. After all, a needle and thread are cheap. And if you learn the skill of sewing, you can mend things instead of replacing them. This can apply to many expenses like home repair, vehicle maintenance, and even haircuts.
Yeah, I can do that. Well, maybe not the haircut.
Fair enough. To discover another great way that new skills can help you save, get cooking. We all have to eat, but buying your favorite culinary delights can get expensive. So why not learn the skills to make them? For example, I bake my own bread, pickle my own pickles, pop my own corn, and I make a mean flambe. I still go out sometimes, but learning cooking skills has saved me a fortune day to day.
Being a good chef would be pretty delicious.
Last but not least, you can get capable. Some new skills can help you advance your career, develop a nice side hustle, or hop into a more lucrative line of work. It took a ton of effort and discipline, but that's how I came to teach martial arts.
What did you do before?
Retail. Oh wait, I've got one more skill set you can learn. Cleaning paint off of walls.
All right, so as we start to look at how to reduce your spending, we're first going to turn our attention to what things we're spending our money on. Before we even dive into the material, I encourage you to ask yourself, how might you reduce your spending? And feel free to put some of your ideas into the chat. That may include things like eating out. Maybe you eat out more than you should.
We got a pretty good response in the chat here. Make my fiance keep my debit and credit cards.
Yep, absolutely. So maybe eating out more than you should. Maybe you should limit your trips to the mall or reduce your spending. Or maybe shopping online is too convenient and causes you to spend more than you should. There are several factors that influence our spending habits. The first step to improving those habits is to examine where you're spending your money. There are 11 items that we commonly spend our money on, and those things are known as the costly C's. Those include clothes, cars, cola, coffee, cinema, cable, cigarettes, cell phones, children, casinos, and carryout. How many of the costly C's are costing you too much? Beginning today, which of the costly C's could you cut out of your spending? Jen is going to begin by taking us through a few of our habits that affect how we spend on the costly C's.
Thanks, Amy. We could very easily have added credit cards to that list of costly C's. Credit cards make it easy to swipe and go about our day. We spend effortlessly without realizing that we'll have to pay off those charges later. We save our credit card information in our favorite apps so we can quickly hit the purchase button. We use Venmo and Apple Pay and mobile apps that are intended to make our lives easier. But is this making it too easy to spend? Excuse me, I jumped ahead there. So take some time to reflect on the purchases you're currently charging. Imagine that you just completed an Amazon purchase. Ask yourself, did I really need that? I would guess in many instances that the answer would be probably not. Many of us, when we get our credit card statements, wonder, what did I spend all my money on this month? Instead, let's pause and ask ourselves before purchasing, is this really worth it? I encourage you to try to stop jumping right to swiping your credit card or to think twice about how using your credit card for this particular expense will affect your overall spending ability. We all have habits and routines. We also have triggers. Today, let's work together to redesign those. It's important to shift our mindset when forming new habits. Try not to focus on banning bad habits altogether, but rather ways that you can empower yourself to make new habits that will contribute to your financial goals. One of the largest and easiest habits to fall into is purchasing carryout too often. The good news is we have the power to reframe our spending, even in this area. Let's look at just how much of an impact buying carryout has on our ability to spend on other items. Let's assume that the average cost of a carryout meal for one person is $7.50. And we all know that's being kind because it's likely much more than that. So if we use that figure though, and we eat out 5 times per week, that comes up to $1,800 per year spent on carryout. Because we're talking about adjusting habits, we recommend modifying the number of times per week you order carryout instead of cutting it out altogether. Now, if we plan to spend that same $7.50 per meal ordering carryout, but only 3 times per week, we'll save over $700 each year. These are the types of exercises we recommend when it comes to analyzing the things you're spending your money on. The same comparison can be made on most of our purchases and gives us good insight on how modifying our spending habits can help us save money for other important expenditures. Now, Amy's going to tell us about some other interesting ways we can adjust our spending habits.
Thanks, Jen. With just the click of a button, you can sign up for a subscription to stream music or watch your favorite TV series. It's easy to be roped in by offers for gym memberships, grocery delivery, and box subscriptions. However, these relatively small reoccurring costs can add up quickly. Many times, we're unaware of exactly how much we end up spending on those subscription services. In fact, according to a Waterstone Management Group survey, 84% of us are underestimating our monthly tech spend. Today is the day to take audit of what subscriptions you have, see how much you are spending, and evaluate which subscriptions you may be able to go without. For today's challenge, you will need about 10 minutes and your phone or a laptop. We'll take you through the steps today and encourage you to go through this exercise when you have some time on your own. As we go through these steps today, I'll pause and let you think about and jot down anything that instantly comes to mind so you don't lose thoughts for the larger exercise. All right, step 1, identify your current subscriptions. Think about everything you have subscribed to. Make a list of all of your subscriptions. There are many apps currently available to aid in this process, such as Truebill and Trim. Also be sure to include any non-virtual subscriptions, such as magazines, newspapers, meal delivery services, and the list goes on. Step 2 is to evaluate your current subscriptions. Decide which subscriptions are most important to you and which you could go without. Ask yourself the following questions. Have I used this in the last 30 days? If you haven't used something in the last 30 days and it isn't making you happy, it's time to cancel. Is this redundant? If you have duplicate services, pick one and cancel the other. Ask yourself, could I share the costs? If the service allows you to share the cost with someone else, do it. Many apps offer family sharing plans that can add up to additional savings when shared. And then, is this expense actually worth it? An expense can seem small as a monthly price, but when the yearly cost is put into perspective, is it still worth it for you? For example, $15 a week doesn't sound like much, but that translates to $780 a year. Now take all of your subscriptions and add up the total cost and determine what they're costing you over the course of a year to see if it still makes sense for you and your financial situation. And then step 3 is to let it go. Once you've identified the subscriptions that you can live without, it's time to let them go. Take the step to cancel the subscription today. You have to do it today though, so that it doesn't auto renew because you'll forget about it if you let time pass. Add up the amount of the subscriptions that you cancel to celebrate your savings. That's another way, is to celebrate those savings. That's an interesting exercise, and I encourage you to take the time to go through it after this webinar. Jen will now take us through some additional ways that we can reduce our spending.
Thanks, Amy. Did you know that the average adult makes 35,000 decisions every day? We decide what to wear, what to eat, what to look at on social media, and so much more. All of these decisions can lead to something called decision fatigue, a psychological principle where the more decisions you have to make, the harder it becomes to make good ones. By making the environmental shift to remove some of these choices, it will make things easier for you to meet your goals. One way to reduce the number of critical spending decisions that you need to make in a day is to go through your apps and unsubscribe to notifications that may trigger spending. For example, are you receiving notifications about an upcoming sale? By turning these off, you won't be tempted to spend before you're ready to. Design your life to support the person you want to be and to support your financial goals. You could also try downloading a budgeting app to help you stick with your spending and savings goals each month. Don't forget, Horizon Credit Union offers Money Management, a free budgeting tool for members. And ask yourself, how many social media ads do I see each day? According to Social Media Today, the average person spends nearly 2 hours on social media every day. And that has actually increased dramatically in the past months with the COVID-19 pandemic. Your behavior is impacted by what you're seeing on social media. In addition to preventing an overload of notifications from apps on your phone, you could choose to unfollow the stores and sale sites that tempt you in your social media feeds. This way you're making conscious decisions to shape what you're seeing, so it's easier to make good decisions that support your dreams and your financial goals. Now, let's look at ways to reduce your spending at home.
Saving on utilities is another way to reduce the amount you spend each month. The first opportunity you have to reduce how much you're spending at home is to turn down your thermostat. What if you could save money on your electric bill this month? The Department of Energy estimates a savings of 1% for each degree you turn down your thermostat. Furthermore, they recommend turning down your thermostat 7 to 10 degrees for 8 hours each day to see a 10% savings in your bill. A programmable thermostat is a great way to control the temperature in your house and to automate savings. And hey, with Black Friday just around the corner, maybe this could become one of your planned purchases. Oftentimes, you can even apply for a rebate with your electric company when you purchase an adjustable thermostat. Next is the opportunity to switch to energy efficient light bulbs. Energy efficient light bulbs use 70 to 90% less energy than traditional bulbs. As a result, switching your light bulbs can help save you $30 to $80 per bulb over its lifetime. And according to Energy Star, energy efficient light bulbs last 10 to 25 times longer. All right, next is unplugging your electronics. According to Mr. Money Mustache, every watt of constant drain costs you about $12.63 per decade in lost wealth. He breaks it down further with some examples. A tiny 2-watt seashell nightlight in your guest bathroom can cost you roughly $25. And a forgotten incandescent porch light that never turns off can cost you up to $758. Here's a tip. Try plugging your electronics into a power strip that you can easily unplug when you leave for the day. Hey, again, you could even put a smart power strip on your Christmas list. Washing in cold water. According to the Environment Protection Agency, the average family washes 400 loads of laundry each year. Yes, you heard that correctly, 400 loads of laundry a year. You can save $136 each year just by switching from hot to cold water. Check out Money Crashers for additional tips on how to save on your laundry costs. Next, in the laundry room, you can use dryer balls. This great laundry hack, by adding dryer balls to your laundry, saves time and money. Wool dryer balls can reduce drying time by 25 to 50%, and they eliminate the need to buy dryer sheets. This is another tip that requires you to spend money upfront to save money on the back end. This is the true definition of mindful spending because you're considering a purchase with a plan in mind. And lastly, schedule an energy audit. Most utility companies have rebates and incentives to help encourage you to reduce your energy consumption. Take a moment and visit your utility company's website to see how you can save even more. There are a multitude of ways to save money on your utilities. By trimming back your utilities, you'll have more money each month to put towards financial freedom and holiday gifts. Now, take a minute and answer these 3 questions to yourself and be honest. Have you ever walked into the grocery store and walked out with something you weren't planning to buy? Have you ever had to throw away food? And have you ever gone out to eat because you have no idea what you're going to make for dinner? According to creditcards.com, 5 in 6 Americans have made an impulse purchase. If you answered yes to any of the above, I know I did to all 3, you have an opportunity for additional savings. Let's walk through some of the pre-planning tactics to put more money back in your pocket without sacrificing the things you need. Grocery shopping is an area where we can save a lot, but it takes a little time and some pre-planning. We recommend you take 15 minutes to create a grocery plan before you leave for the store. Step 1 will take you just 2 minutes, and that involves looking at what's on sale. Look at the weekly sales ad, which can usually be found in your grocery store app, and create a grocery list around the items that are on sale. Also make note of any meal staples and household cleaning items that are on sale that you may need in the upcoming weeks. Step 2 will take about 7 minutes. Here, you will build your meal plan around what's on sale. Use a meal planning template and post the plan in plain sight so you're not tempted to sway from the plan. Start with your meal staples. For example, if chicken is on sale for $1.99 versus $3.99, you're able to save $2 a pound. Plan more chicken-based meals in weeks when items such as these are on sale. And don't forget to check your pantry to see what you already have when making your list. Now it's time to make your list, or lists if you can save money by buying specific items at specific stores. This step should take you about 3 minutes. When making your shopping list, it may be helpful to organize items by category to ensure you purchase everything you need for your meal plan and to make your grocery shopping trip as efficient as possible. And finally, take 3 minutes before you leave for the store to see if there are any coupons you might be able to use for the items on your list. Coupons can be found in several locations. Through your grocery store app, on coupon websites such as coupons.com and the Crazy Coupon Lady, by utilizing cashback and rewards apps such as Ibotta for grocery shopping. And don't forget the traditional coupons that can be found in your Sunday newspaper. There it is, your weekly grocery plan made in just 15 minutes. And now it's time for step 5, own the grocery store. If possible, go to the grocery store in the morning. This is when the store is usually fully stocked and you will have the best selection. Part of practicing smart spending is to only buy what's on your grocery list. Bring just enough cash for the items on your list to reduce the temptation to overbuy. If you tend to impulse buy, you might ask your spouse to do the shopping, order online and pick up your groceries, and shop less frequently to reduce the opportunities for impulse purchases. Smart shopping entails shopping early, making a list, avoiding temptation, reducing the number of trips, and taking control. I know we've covered quite a bit in our time together today. What questions do you have? Feel free to pop those into the chat and we'll be happy to go through them. So we'll just give you just a minute here to put any questions you might have in the chat for us.
Not seen anything pop up quite yet, but we'll give them just a minute longer here.
All righty. All right, there may not be any questions today, but we've got some other resources for you as well. I hope this workshop has been helpful in leading you down the path of reducing your spending. Remember, you're welcome to schedule a free phone meeting with one of GreenPath's financial wellness experts to review your credit report and receive tips tailored to your own situation. GreenPath Financial Wellness is available for Horizon members via hzcu.org, directly via the link shown on screen, or by using the 1877 number listed on the screen. And finally, continue your financial journey at the Financial Training Ground on hzcu.org. Explore a variety of topics, including interactive guides at the top link shown, or create a personalized financial education playlist from the bottom link. Thank you so much for joining us today and have a terrific day.